Alrighty, here we go. Looks like everything is working. I always have to check because my computer occasionally reboots, and as I discovered yesterday, it decided that the devices that I've had plugged in for like 3 years aren't recognized. But everything is working. This is, as far as I can tell, session 78 of Forbidden Lands. Just before we went live, we were talking about how our first video went up on YouTube May of 2022. So this is the longest running game on Crucible Gaming and a very long running Forbidden Lands game. And anybody who's watching, you can see just how little of the map has actually been explored. Almost nothing. Last time, you guys made your way from your village. You picked up the star medal. Are on your way back to the dwarven hold to forge it into a weapon that can hold the elvish gems in the hopes of creating some sort of weapon that can defeat Jakuz. Avoided the Manticore giving birth, probably wisely. Gave that a fairly wide skirt around. And have been making your way through unexplored lands. And you encountered a wedding that was going on, a wedding between a human and an orc. Most of the party managed to see that the guests were translucent and phantasmal. Desi and Trustius, however, got swept up into things, which was unfortunate when the orc massacre happened. People were not happy about this wedding, however long ago it happened. And basically, the phantasms reenacted the massacre, and something about it broke Trustius and Desi. For once, my dice actually rolled really well, and both of them suffered horror trauma. Trustius has lost his memory, and Desi seems to be not her usual self.
Is Trustius broke or is Trustius fixed?
Well, that's the question. I mean, Trustius no longer has his trauma, so maybe forgetting all the horrible things that have happened to him is beneficial.
I mean, for the short term, maybe.
But various members of the party, Ryzen and Okatai, have filled Trustius in on what's happening and what the plan is, what his plan was, to some extent. But as we pick up, it looks like it is evening, and you guys can decide what you would like to do. You know, you're still a couple of days away from the dwarves, probably 3 days away from the dwarves, assuming nothing goes wrong.
Well, it's evening. I'm going to pretend today didn't exist and go to bed.
I'm just kind of scrolling back through the rolls to see. It looks like Okadai did make camp. Caldy did get some sleep, so it looks like we're actually in nighttime, actually.
Oh, in that case, I'll stand guard.
Okay.
Yep, Desi was stripping off her armor for reasons known only to Desi, and yeah, we had set up camp.
Does that mean I can hit my rest button? Because I did somehow take strength damage, but I can't remember how.
You took strength damage because it was like a bunch of rocks and stuff that you were sleeping on.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember us being told we could hit the rest button yet. We just literally had set up camp when we stopped game, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
So Ryzen was keeping watch while other people were doing whatever it is you were doing in the evening. Caldy is sleeping. Okatai is making camp. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we covered what Desi and Trestius were. I don't think we covered what the two broken people were doing while they in the
The
evening.
end of my notes said Desi was stripping more armor off her, and she seemed to be sore as she was doing it. That's where we kind of ended the game. So
Yeah. So I guess Trestius and Desi, what are you guys doing in the evening?
That's a good question.
I think Desi was just sitting and starting to take off her armor. Uh, yeah, as they walked, she was taking her helm off, then her chainmail mantle. When the group started setting up camp, she sat and started taking the rest of it off, rubbing spots that normally carry most of the weight of her chainmail. Caldy was not sleeping well. Trustius was cooking. Horizon was keeping watch while Okatai set up camp. Once camp is set up, yeah, Desi doesn't really move. She stays right there next to her pile of armor. Probably neatens it up a bit, but doesn't look overly interested in anything.
All right. And what is Trestius doing in the evening?
I think Trustius will spend the evening that 4 hour section or 6 hour session with Okatai, either hunting or just catching up. Just spend the time so we don't have to RP a 70 odd session.
Gotcha. Just getting brought up to speed.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty much like here's all the major beats that have happened.
All right. So yeah, evening passes uneventfully. Ryzen, you're keeping a watch, and everybody seems to be like everybody's kind of keeping to themselves. Okatai's busying himself with the camp. Caldy's like curled up in his sleeping fur. While Okatai's setting up camp, he's kind of filling Trestius in on things. But yeah, it's a relatively normal evening. Desi has taken off like all of her armor and is basically just kind of sitting there, but no sign of any wild animals or untoward happenings. Finally, time comes for Cully to get up and take over the watch, and everybody else can get some sleep.
My back feels like the Game Masters.
So yeah, Cully, you can hit your rest button. And I assume everybody else is sleeping.
yep, Tag, you're it.
Yep.
All right. So Cully can give me a scouting roll. Right. So yeah, it's kind of like looking around. The weather is pleasant. It's late summer. You can hear the snoring of your compatriots. Peaceful. It's the sort of thing that almost lulls you into a false sense of security. Every once in a while, you get up to kind of check the perimeter. But the night passes, and everybody can get up in the morning and hit their rest button, and then their food and water.
Does that actually get rid of her wits damage?
Yes.
But she still has the same issue?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. When you guys get up in the morning, the wind is blowing. It feels like it's going to be a very kind of blustery day. Not enough to prevent you from travel or anything. Just something to bear in mind for those of you that are relying on like ranged weapons.
Gotcha.
But morning arrives. You guys can decide what you'd like to do.
Let's get back on the road.
All right. Is Desi putting her armor on?
Hmm. Let me just check my note. Yeah. Yeah, she'd be putting on the chainmail, not the helm, though.
Well, that's a good sign.
But it would be like it wouldn't be her usual, back in the armor as fast as possible, like it would be if they were in the village or anywhere else. Like when she's changing armor or anything. It would be more of a reluctant kind of putting it on, sighing, adjusting it again, putting on the next bit, sighing, adjusting it. Like really reluctantly putting it on.
So yeah, everybody else has basically had breakfast and camp's been struck, and you guys are getting ready to move. And Desi's like still pulling on like her boots. And which direction would you like to go? It's continuing due east towards the dwarves.
West. Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Once again, leaving unexplored donut holes.
It's kind of our specialty.
I mean, we're carrying very, very expensive Sterling.
And if we go west, it's still an unexplored hex.
That is true. So since Okatai's not here, somebody else can lead the way.
I think I should stick to scouting.
Isn't that lead the way, or is that survival?
Lead the way is survival.
I got 5.
I've only got
Right.
4. Go for it.
Yeah, I only got 4.
Right.
Do I
So-
get a bonus from anybody or no?
Sadly, no.
Engage short people.
Oh, Ryzen's like, follow me. I know the way.
Awesome.
And I need a scouting roll from Kali.
Let me know if I ever need to use my sixth sense.
Yep. Right. So you guys strike off in the morning, and Ryzen's like, okay, This way. And this way is absolutely the way. And Ryzen is like spot on. You know, like with 2 successes on a survival roll, he is like unerring. I mean, the path that he takes is maybe a little bit more rugged for those of you who are taller, as you guys kind of get caught up in like some branches and stuff that otherwise he misses, but not a problem at all leading you on towards the to the west. After a couple of hours of walking, Caldy, as you're kind of scouting around, you see what looks like a kind of like a. At first glance, you're like, okay, that's kind of weird looking log. You're like, oh wait, and it looks like it's kind of a cantered, broken statue.
Well, that's cool.
Kind of like covered over with you know, just jungle you know, debris. It's probably about a good 6 feet tall, but like part of the upper part of it has been like broken off and is laying there beside it, so it was taller originally and probably much more straight up and down.
All right. Well, I'm looking for lore and valuables. That's very interesting to Caldy.
So you're going up to take a look at it?
Absolutely. I will say, hey, you guys see this too? And I'll go up there and, you know, use my dagger to kind of move branches out of the way, get a better look at it, scrape some grime off, and see if I can find any markings or writing.
So as you're kind of looking at it, there doesn't seem to be any writing. It appears to be, you're going to guess it looks like a statue of an adventurer. Very muscular, very tall. You can definitely give me a lore roll. So as you're looking at it, it looks like it's bigger and more muscular than an orc. It doesn't have the same, like, it doesn't have the fur or anything that Okadai has. I guess this thing is probably 7.5 feet tall, like when the statue was intact. And you find like the head part of the statue, you know, kind of like laying near the foot of it. And you're pretty sure that's, I mean, it's small, but judging from the facial features, and you guys have encountered ogres several times before. It looks like it might have been a statue of an ogre, but dressed as an adventurer. Like the ogres that you guys encountered didn't wear armor or carry like manufactured weapons. This one, the statue has what looks like studded leather and a couple of like nice daggers at the belt.
Someone's pet ogre?
Hard to tell.
Oh, it was a statue, right?
Yes,
Are there any,
it's a statue. It's like leaning at an angle, and as you get closer, it doesn't. There's no base to the statue.
does it look like it was dragged?
Give me a scouting roll, Ryzen.
Also, are we in forest right now?
Yes, it is forested. It doesn't look like it was. It doesn't look like it's dragged. But as you're kind of like looking at it, going like, Trying to figure out, like, I mean, there's no pedestal, there's no base to the statue, and everything is very detailed. There's a lot of craftsmanship that went into the statue. And then you're kind of looking at like the broken part, where like the broken head, and whoever made this statue actually went through the effort of carving like the spinal column and the bones inside the broken neck piece.
Desi is looking at this and just kind of looking at it with a tilted head, standing about 10 feet back.
Can I speculate a creature that could possibly turn things into stone?
You certainly can.
See, Desi's thinking about something else. Or someone else.
Because I'm sorry, this looks ridiculously detailed.
It does, and you kind of think for a second, and there are creatures that are capable of turning flesh to stone. Basilisk comes immediately to mind. Cockatrice, probably
Medusa.
a couple others. Yeah, Medusa.
Didn't we... Sorry.
Yes, I think you guys did encounter Basilisk at one point.
No, Desi is just gonna look at it, just kind of watch it and watch Ryzen checking it out. Didn't we meet somebody who could do that?
You tell me.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Ryzen looks like he's trying to remember.
We've seen a couple of statues that weren't statues. There was the guard who had the sword. We took the sword away from her. She was guarding something that didn't exist anymore. And Anita is trying to remember if what she's remembering is from this game or another game.
Yeah. The fastest to Control F doesn't immediately give me anything in my notes.
Can I kind of tell by how weathered this thing is how long ago this thing would have been turned to stone?
Looking at a while ago, like enough time for like plants and stuff to kind of like grow over it, and for like moss to kind of like start to creep into the nooks and crevices of the statue. Like, it's not recent by any stretch, but it's not super old either.
What kind of gear does it look like the ogre has or had? Robes, armor?
It looks like he was wearing like studded leather, and has a couple of daggers at his belt.
Chris,
Yes.
is it this game or another game where we found the couple and she had accidentally turned him into stone?
Oh no, that was
Death
this game.
Knights? The
Okay,
Death Knights?
that's what Desi's thinking of.
Are you talking about the Death Knights?
No, there was a dwarf couple, and the woman was coming to his like stone form every day and leaving him flowers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think I'm remembering.
That's what
that.
Desi's remembering.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was back in July. The stone singing.
But yeah, this does appear to be like thinking about it. This is definitely not a. I mean, it technically is a statue now, but it's not a statue that's been carved. Like the as Ryzen is looking, like nobody would go through the effort of carving like the interior side of the thing.
Do you think maybe that, well, I don't know how much Trustius remembers about his capabilities, but when you fuck up magic, is being turned to stone a possibility?
Well, that depends on the magic, typically. Anyone with stone-based magic could suffer a backlash from their own spell. Okatai mentioned that I set myself on fire.
Many times, yes.
Yeah,
Brian,
we
I have
faced.
fire-based magic.
You also play with the dead, apparently, or at least you say you can.
We ran into a sorceress once who was very terrifying until she lit herself on fire and killed herself, and we just kind of shrugged and walked away.
I'm already a better wizard than her as well.
Well, you haven't lit yourself on fire yet, so that's a plus.
The day is young.
The day is young.
Magic is not to be trifled with. It is very dangerous.
That
Oh, yeah, we've
sounds
seen it firsthand.
that sounds
I mean-
like you so much.
Oh, it is. Like, we've seen you completely
Apparently, some
destroy.
things are just written into him.
I mean, you've destroyed forests, you've destroyed crops, you killed an ankylosaur that we were training by accident, you've set yourself
Yeah.
on fire. I don't even know how many times. Like, I'm surprised you still even tried to use magic.
And everything I've ever tried has worked.
Karma's a
doesn't
bitch.
remember getting
Eventually, it's going to bite you. in the
Or
ass.
Caldy doesn't
If
remember
it-
knocking himself out once.
if it didn't work, we didn't notice, so it wasn't.
Yeah, maybe you
horrible.
internalized whatever happened because you haven't immolated yourself yet.
I think I'm just a natural. Trust you, so you did give me a couple
Might be.
lessons, and I do appreciate it. But I think the student has become the master.
Chris, the one by the ocean, that was a troll, right?
The one that turned himself to stone.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the troll.
I mean, this thing would make sense if it was a troll, but unless someone's been, what did they call it? Stone singing?
I'm guessing that's a school of magic.
Well, perhaps
Yeah.
there's some tracks for some strange beast around.
Well, I don't see any obvious tracks like it was dragged here, so
Yeah, we need Okatai. Oh, he's in Discord.
Yeah, I think he's having some audio issues.
Yeah. Sure. Tracks. Let's look for tracks. Desi'll try looking around for animal tracks.
I was looking for dragging tracks, but I didn't see any evidence of that.
All right. Well, whichever one of you would like it can make a scouting roll with a +1 from the help.
My scouting is 4, so 5 with the help.
Mine is 7 without any help.
It's because your
You got
nose is
this.
so close to the ground.
That must be it. And nothing to do with the 5 wits.
No, nothing at all.
All right. So
So-
yeah, if Caldy would like to find tracks, he certainly can.
With somebody helping me?
Yes. Yeah, Caldy, as you're like looking around, like looking at the statue's been here for, a while at the very least. But there are tracks. They look like kind of like a four-toed clawed quadrupedal creature with a tail that is kind of dragging behind it, and those look recent.
That's kind of like the. Weren't we avoiding a basilisk
You guys
or a
have
manticore or something?
Manticore.
yeah. The Manticore is like a better part of a day and a half, maybe more to the east. But you guys have encountered basilisks before.
Well, I think we've gotten everything of usefulness out of this. We just need to keep an eye out for something that might turn us to stone.
Unless there's basilisk parts that Bokatai needs.
Give me a lore roll, see what you know about basilisk parts. Unless any of you guys actually remember, because
Sorry, what?
you can give me a lore roll to see what you remember about basilisk parts.
I'm not pushing. It's too dangerous.
Yeah. Trustius and Caldy are like, I don't know. There's tracks here if we want to follow them. It's basically,
Can anyone do the lore roll?
yeah.
I don't normally because my wits are 3.
I can do it. Did he not do it?
No, nobody's able to remember anything.
I haven't done a lore roll yet, I don't think, but I will.
Nope, not yet.
Oh, good
thought
time,
tonight would
save
be the-
us.
I thought tonight would be the better night after last night's shit show. I'm gonna put.
Total party kill. I see it coming.
Holy shit.
You guys
We
are
just camp here.
Oh, I thought the 100 last night was bad, but holy crap.
Get all the bad rolls out of the way now.
so yeah, you guys are all kind of standing around looking at these tracks going like, what do we know about basilisks? What do we remember
Dumbest
about basilisks?
posts.
Really? I don't know.
How am I supposed to remember anything about basilisks?
0 with 2 wits damage. 0. 0 with 1 wits damage. What a party!
I mean, the funniest part for me is the fact that you guys have dealt with basilisks before.
Oh,
Yurik's at home going, I know all of this. I just can't talk.
So yeah, none of you know if basilisks are worth anything or not.
Looking at my notes, I remember the time that we encountered basilisk slime.
Yeah. Like,
They have poisonous
September.
breath and a petrifying gaze.
Yep.
It's not even that long ago.
Nope, September 7th.
Yeah. Breath weapon.
Breath weapon, poisonous gas.
That was bad.
You guys are remembering all the bad stuff about basilisks.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Because they suck. Snake-like form. Yeah.
Right.
Pity we're all dumb this morning. Nobody had their morning coffee.
Nope. All right. So you guys are like, huh? Are you guys following the tracks, or are you continuing on?
I'm not following those tracks.
No, we should keep going.
Yeah, there's no use for these this particular animal.
Alrighty. So you leave the basilisk trail behind you. Thankfully, Caldi made his scouting roll, so you didn't just stumble into the basilisks. And you pick up and carry on. And it's starting to look familiar now. You guys have come this way before. The trees and the growths and the different clearings and stuff are all starting to look familiar. So there's no need for a lead the way roll, but I do still need a scouting roll. Cully is on point today. So you continue on, and now, you're probably, I mean, you're gonna have to camp soon. If you leave in the morning from here, you'll probably be clear of the forest by lunch, and then up into the mountains of the dwarves. So you're fairly close now. But do you guys want to push on to get out of the forest this evening, or are you going to camp here?
Kind of want to hit that hex to our southwest. Or do we want to drop off the star metal first?
I kind of want to drop off the star metal first, because isn't that critical to our whole plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll take probably months to forge a weapon like that.
So all the more reason to get them started on it.
What's wrong with Northeast?
Well, it's just further away.
I thought we were going to the... I'm going the wrong direction then. Okay.
Yeah, this is where you're headed.
So 3 hexes versus 2... 1, 2, 3... versus 2 hexes. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing an extra hex if you guys don't.
If it's only one out of the way, sure.
All right, so are you guys are pushing on today then, and
What time of day is it now? Sorry. Evening?
by the time you get here, it is evening.
Yeah, so we could camp here and then just push all the way through.
Yeah, that sounds
home,
good.
right?
Yeah, like if you leave in the morning, you can be at the dwarves by night.
Yeah, that should be good.
Okay, perfect. So, I guess standard operating procedure.
Endurance roll.
Endurance roll for Caldi if he wants to sleep in the evening.
Okatai said he could make camp.
Yeah, Okatai makes camp.
I made it.
Caldi gets some sleep. What are Ryzen and Desi and Trustius doing?
I'm willing to stand watch.
Okay.
Desi's taking off her armor again.
Basically, first, as soon as everybody's like, yeah, we're camping here for the night, Desi's like, off it goes.
Yep. Pretty much. It's like, fuck this.
Trustius is going to enjoy his peace of mind and spend a lovely evening meditating.
All right.
Finding some inner peace.
Finding some inner peace. Okay. I need a scouting roll from Ryzen.
Sorry, all my windows just decided to. I must have clicked by accident.
No worries.
6 successes on making camp. Holy shit.
It is the best camp you guys have ever had.
Where did you find Hannah?
I wake up and there's a jacuzzi.
There's a hot spring.
Yeah. Yeah, Okita managed to find a spot that was like completely flat, just soft enough. Trees for cover, near a hot spring. You know, it is like the best camp ever. It's like the little like the birds and stuff are singing like in a Disney film.
Dirads are bringing breakfast. Like, what the?
And
I'm just waiting for Foundry to reload.
no worries. Oh, and when Foundry comes up for you, Mark, there you'll have a +2 to your keeping watch because your camp is so good.
+2 to my scouting, you said?
For yours and for Ryzen's because the camp is so good. During the evening, while Caldy's sleeping and Desi's relaxing and Tressis is meditating, Ryzen, you hear a very familiar sounding scream of pain. Apparently, late summer is Manticore birthing season.
That's the second time we've run into that.
It is the second time, and the second time in just a couple of days. Like late summer is apparently when Manticore offspring are born. Because the random encounter table is like, no, this encounter really, again. But yeah, you can definitely hear those screams. Unfortunately, you can't tell what direction they're from.
Okay. I will just be ever more vigilant since I can't pinpoint looking around all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of like echoing through the trees and stuff. It does sound close though. But I mean, close is relative because each hex is like 10 kilometers. But yeah, unfortunately, you can't tell what direction it's in. So it's going to be kind of a crapshoot in the morning. You do know that there's manticores in the area, but you don't know where. Trustis, you meditate. It is calm. It is peaceful. It is relaxing.
Okay, I'll spend the willpower for inner peace.
Okay. Caldy, you can hit your rest button. But other than the birthing pains of a nearby manticore, there is nothing else of interest in the evening.
Nice.
Does traumas count as a critical injury?
They do.
Trestius gets his memory back as he meditates.
All right. Nighttime, I guess Caldy is keeping watch and everybody else is sleeping.
Yep, sorry, I misunderstood when you said I got my +2, so I
Yeah,
rolled
no,
earlier. I'll re-roll.
don't worry about it because you got a success, so you're good. Again, aside from the birthing pains of the nearby Minotaur, which seems to be keeping
Manticore.
everything else at bay. Sorry, Manticore. Everything else seems to be elsewhere. Any other potential creatures are like, nope, not going anywhere near there. Nope. Oh, look at those fools with their really nice camp. Don't they know how close they are to a Manticore? Apparently
I
not.
feel the same.
Yeah, we're thinking the same thing.
But with your one success, Cully, you can tell that the manticores are westish of you.
That's cool.
But other than
I
that,
don't. If
Oh.
they're westish. But not southwestish. I hope.
they're not southwestish, but they are westish.
All right. Well, going around sounds like a great plan.
But morning comes. The screams of the manticore die out like early in the morning, and there's no more cries of pain. So you're going to guess that that process is over. But everybody gets up. Everybody can roll their food and water, and you can decide what you would like to do. You know that if you head straight west and don't get eaten by manticores, you can be at the dwarves by nightfall.
Okay. I've blown 2 water rolls in a row.
So yeah, some of you are looking a little light on water. But you guys can decide what you would like to do today.
Desi,
What? What?
put on your armor.
Yeah.
Your whole job is to wear armor and kill things.
Yeah. I know.
Justice just stands there looking at her as she puts on her armor or not.
No, she puts it on. She doesn't put the helm on. Again. And it's... If you've ever watched, like, a sulky 7-year-old put their coat and boots on, that's kind of what it's like. That slow, plodding, I fucking hate everything right now movement with every piece that she puts on.
Why is Desi broken?
How the hell would you know?
I remember.
You don't know me from a hole in the ground.
I've known you for, what, 3 seasons.
Great, I can only imagine what Okatai told you about me.
My memory has been fixed. Whatever your issue seems to be persistent. Winds are current. Okatai, can we put Desi back together?
You need your meat shield.
We need to get to the forge and save our souls, yes. Which means we need you at top form.
Wasn't sure if Desi was herself or not.
It would be much easier for Okatai, whatever he needs to do to solve this, than for me to. So Okatai's tried to talk. Or his mute came off. Anyway.
Try to make it work. Not sure if it works.
Hey!
It does. It does.
Okay.
You're clearer right now than you've been in ages.
And I've been speaking to myself for a few minutes, trying to make myself heard. Seems to be a bit
Whatever you're-
finicky tonight.
Whatever you're doing right now, it's working really well.
Sorry about all that. Yeah, like I was saying, and well, not really, because nobody was hearing it, but I tried to give Trestius a bit of a break while his mind was off. Not sure it is mercy to give Desi such the same treatment. I wasn't sure the ghosts left any marks, but starting to think they did.
It will take us 2 days to reach the forge at this rate.
Yeah, I'm getting it on. So kind of hop Sugar's shoulders to get the last bit of chainmail to settle where it should be. Yeah, let's go.
Interesting.
You want me to help you lift your burden? Might be easier.
She'll toss him her helm and her shield. Feel free.
Ogdai's gonna grab her helm and shield, and as she start walking, walk up to hers and put his hand on her shoulders, and try to heal her wound.
Okay. Right. As Okatai kind of lays his hand upon you, Desi, there's like this little trickle of greenish nature magic.
I just
and-
realized I had.
Sorry?
I just realized I hadn't rolled breakfast.
Oh.
Sorry.
Apparently you were famished.
Apparently, yeah.
But as this energy flows into you, it does kind of like snap you back to your old self.
This should help.
Shit. Shit. Yeah.
Hope the hope the waking up is not too bad.
Fuck no. She'll take her helm and shield back.
You were behaving like a 40-year-old.
That's what you always say. I could just be. It wouldn't matter what I was doing. That's what you'd say. Because I'm oh so young and you're oh so old.
All of that is true.
Fuck.
Awesome.
Ah, jeez. You seem good. Does he still have the white hair?
Unless he changed it.
Yeah, he'll keep it.
Okay. She'll reach out and flick it. Still not sure what I think about that.
I'm not aware that your opinion matters in
And I
color
think
my hair.
actually every
And nothing really I could do to change it. I mean, other than stain it red. But, yeah, I don't know. I get a glimpse of you out of the corner of my eye every now and then, and it kind of gives me a little jolt, and I'm like, oh, no, wait, that's just cranky old man.
Could change it to a different
Yeah.
color if you prefer.
It's your hair. It just takes me by surprise every now and then.
they like becoming
It's fine. I'll get used to it. I mean, it matches your soul now, right?
Always.
so Jim
Hey, let him enjoy his midlife crisis.
Ah, yeah. So how close are we?
We can make it there tonight if
slow
we
there.
Oh, good.
hire
Oh,
okay.
now they're slow.
Finish putting on our armor.
I thought it was mercy to give Threshus a bit of time away from his memory, but if that happens again, should I force it up on you, Desi, to bring you back to yourself?
Chris, how clear are my memories of the past couple of days?
Oh, fine. You didn't have amnesia.
Okay. Just wasn't sure, like, what the... if there was, like, a fog or anything to it.
Nope.
Yeah. Jolt me out of that shit.
Good.
Jolt me out of it as whatever the fuck you need to do to get me out of whatever that was. Get me out of it. That sucked.
I mean, I didn't notice immediately, but
That
I'll act
was.
fast.
It was pretty sad
Yeah.
to watch.
I just kind of. Yeah.
You had either a giant pity party or you decided to become a pacifist, or both.
And you didn't like the helm I made you.
I really like the helm you made me. I like it better when it's on my head, not yours. Especially in a volcano. No, it was. I just didn't want to get hurt anymore.
Well, that's fair. We've all suffered that.
I mean, it's kind of my job here.
Yeah, it's a
I mean,
harsh
it's better
world and
at
a
it than
harsh
the rest of
island.
you.
Stuff's gonna happen.
But yeah, I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to be in pain anymore.
That's understandable.
I mean, that I don't know how to describe it that doesn't sound weird. Not the not wanting to be in pain, because you guys all seem to think that's normal. But I don't know, is how I normally look at things weird? Like,
I
Nah.
hate every second about being in pain, and I will flash my half a hand that I have left.
Oh, I hate pain. I'd rather be in luxury, but hey, not my lot in life yet.
you guys are making me reconsider some things, and I don't think I like them. Ah, no, that's.
Hey, if you get off on pain, you do you.
I don't get off on it.
I hug Desi's waist. I'm just happy to have my Desi back.
Oh God, you're touching me. Why are
Yes,
you
I
touching me?
am. At least I'm not dancing on your hip.
That's true. Yes. Okay. Fair.
And I tease
You're not
that I'm going to
dancing.
start doing the butt dance.
Don't touch me when you're moving like that. That's
Don't ruin the
no,
moment. I understand.
No. Don't
We're all
So,
gonna die.
don't touch me when you're doing that, please.
Okay, I won't. I'll respect that boundary.
Now that we've covered consent, maybe don't kill a demon.
I mean, that is kind of the goal, yeah.
All right. So, which direction are you heading?
Were we going to detour and go to an unexplored hex, or were we going to go straight
Yeah,
there?
because we want to
We did.
avoid the
done some.
manticores.
We've already done one hex.
Well, was the Manticore tracks going towards the Dragon's Den?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
So
well, shit.
let's take a slight detour so we don't get turned to stone. We've had a bad day.
Sorry, Basilisk.
So Caldi heard the sounds of the birthing manticore to the west. There's a chance you might run into them. There's a chance you might not if you head west.
Well, we have to go somewhat west.
Yeah, we
Might
can go
as well be
southwest, right?
southwest.
Yeah, southwest makes sense.
It's the only west we've got left.
This way.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So I will need a lead the way roll and a scouting roll.
Am I doing the scouting?
I'll lead the way. That's gonna be a rest for me.
No, I got 3 successes. I'll keep that one.
Sorry, do we have all the rolls covered?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the lead the way roll from Okatai. So you make your way, and everybody can hit the rest button. I don't know if I said that or not. So you start to make your way, like, okay, let's give these manticore a very, very wide berth. You can start going around. Travel for a couple of hours, and the ground is starting to get kind of spongy. the trees are starting to give way to more like mangroves and the like, as opposed to like coniferous trees. Starting to get into somewhat like swampier, like a bog, like a peat bog. You start to see like these like kind of like hanging vines and root systems growing out of these like stinking fetid pools of water that are here and there. This very, very kind of chilly, low-lying mist kind of rolls over the ground. You can hear like the birds in the distance. But Cully, since you succeeded on your scouting roll, you can see something moving in the murky water. Something kind of pulling itself to the surface.
I will absolutely point that out. And I will, having experience being pulled into water by large animals, I will take a step back behind Dizzy. There she blows.
Are we seeing like
hell is
bubbles or signs of like ripples movement?
Signs of movement, and then this kind of like mass of like bone and like moldering leaves and dripping vines kind of pull itself up out of the muck. It's human sized, but it looks like if you took a skeleton and then like draped a bunch of like seaweed and kelp and plant matter over it. So it kind of pulls itself up out of the muck.
What the hell is that?
They do a lore check.
Yes, you absolutely can do a lore check. Maybe it's a basilisk.
Maybe.
I'm going to try that too. Now that I'm all wizardy. I bet it's not a basilisk.
Kuldi and Okatai. So these creatures, you've heard of these. It's not uncommon in boggy areas. Basically, for literally centuries, humans have basically sacrificed living creatures in the bogs and bottomless ponds and the like. They're a type of like restless dead, made from the sacrificed bodies of those that were, put to use appeasing the gods. Unfortunately, because the victims of the sacrifice are generally not shown any mercy, neither are the bog creatures. They are humanoid, skeletal type creatures with faces that stare hatefully at anyone who disturbs their rest. And you see one of these creatures kind of pull itself up out of the muck. Since I can automatically do initiative for people, Okatai, would you like the 8 or the 9? I'm just going to assume that you'll want the better card. All right, Kuldi.
That's not very great for my speed, but I'll take the fastest one.
Kuldi, it's fitting since you saw this thing first. You are the first to react.
Another
I
monster.
have that. All right, Chris, I have that talent that gives me a second card for initiative now.
Oh, sorry. I should have. Uh,
Like lightning reflexes or something.
yep. Perfect. Got it. I'll try to remember that for next time. Right.
No problem. I was going to ask how to roll it.
Yeah, it's a setting that I can click on when I draw the initiative, and then it'll draw 2 cards. Because the way it works is, those of you with lightning fast, basically you draw your 2 cards, choose which one you want, and then the rest of the deck gets shuffled and dealt out to everybody else. So, but I can do it on my end. But good to know. Right. But Caldy, you are up first. You see this thing pulling itself up out of the muck.
This sure looks like a monster.
It does kind of look like a monster.
Well, I'll give it a sling instead of a magic. That's all I'm going to try. I'm not going to push anything there.
All right, so you fire off your sling, and the stone passes right through the creature.
Yeah, kind of figured that was happening. And stay behind Desi.
Another one pulls itself out
another
of the
one.
muck, starts making its way towards you. Splush, splush. All right, this one. So, super important question. Who amongst you is carrying the most magic items?
I'm not carrying any.
I have the scepter and the hammer.
Is there magic in the helm?
Yep.
I've got Briath and the helm.
I just have. Well, I got fairy and.
Well, you wouldn't believe.
I think Risen has the crown too.
Risen has a crown.
Oh, right. Did I swap the crown for the scepter for now? Like I gave up the scepter?
No, you still have the scepter.
Okay, so then I have the scepter, the crown, and so I don't know if my Dragon Slayer hammer is magical.
It is.
Okay, then I guess I got 3 items.
Uh,
I thought I was
that
giving up one of
includes-
the items, though, in a swap.
What is gonna? Oops, sorry.
No, Riza, that was just so we could. There was a swap we had to make to be able to get that crown off my head onto your head.
Okay,
Do my enchanted item counts?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Then,
Is it more than 3?
oh yeah, like 5.
Holy shit!
Right.
Yeek.
So yeah, Trestius would have who's got Argento?
I think Trestius.
Got a lot,
Do I?
lot of money.
Argento, the little silver
Argentina.
bird.
Oh, I do have Argento. Yeah.
I think Okatai still has more though.
Yeah, that gives me 3.
So this
Since
thing
I've
comes.
I got the spear that Tresius enchanted for me. I got the amulet for the weather, the amulet to resurrect me if I die.
You've got a bunch of amulets, right?
Yeah, the tabar from the Dead Knight.
My sling is just well crafted, not magic, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So this thing comes lumbering out, and it like passes by. Like, even though Desi is closest, it passes by her. It passes by Caldi. It fixates on Okatai.
I feel kind of insulted by
That will take us to Ryzen.
Okay, I guess I'm going to charge with the hammer.
All right.
I'm going to have to learn that charging talent, I guess, now at some point.
Yeah. But yeah, you can move to melee distance with this thing easily. It is a monster for Dragon Slayer purposes. Are you going to that one, or are you going to the one that's closing on Okatai?
Well, to me, it's 6 of one, half dozen of another, and the rest of the party is there. So I'm going to go stick to this one for now.
Okay. So it'll take both of your actions to get to that one. One to get into the zone and one to close with it.
Oh, well, then I'll go to the other one if I can still get to the other one and attack in the same round.
Yep, because it's in the same zone.
Okay, so can you put...
Yep.
Oh, because you already put it there. Those other two are new ones. Okay.
Right.
Sorry.
No worries. So there's like a thickening, like a sickening crunching sound as you hit something solid inside this largely immaterial being. Apparently the magic of the hammer affects it. It does not have any armor per se. It's just largely immaterial. That will take us to Desi.
Well, I'm feeling kind of slighted by this guy who just walked right by me. My pride's been wounded. Not really, though. Actually, let me check my bio. No, my pride is not specifically wounded. I mean, as much as I kind of want to take a chunk out of him. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna melee charge. I'm insulted. So I'll melee charge the Bugman number 2.
Okay. Everybody's ganging up on this poor Bogman.
He walked right by me, man. Can't let that happen. People will start getting ideas. So melee charge. Let me double check. Sword fighter. Yep.
Oh, that is a hit. Still up though.
As she swings, she yells out, "Hey, asshole!" Walk past me.
Yeah, and again, with Breath, you do connect to something solid in there.
Like, do they look like they're just moths or something?
Pretty much, like moss-covered skeletons with like draping like vines and the like.
Lovely, charming. Okay.
That will take us to Trustius.
Let's see if they're flammable.
That was my next thought.
Yeah, fire magic has never gone badly.
I'm gonna be gentle.
Not for Caldi, anyway. I'm waiting for Caldi to start calling himself Sorcerer Supreme or something.
That would be arrogant.
He does seem to be flammable.
So that's 2 points of 2 points of strength damage and 1 per round unless he puts himself in.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna try to move away from this guy.
All right. Give me a move roll. All right.
And just so I'm clear, the one that we are currently fighting is now on fire.
It is.
I'll just move to the next zone back from these guys.
All right. So I need another move roll.
Slippery, is it?
Uh-huh.
It's all mossy and swampy and shit.
Okay. Perfect.
Elves can walk on water.
Apparently, yes.
Fancy boy.
That will take us to Okatai. There's a flamey swamp thing in your face.
Not a big fan of that thing.
Or the other two.
Is it in close or is it in
It's
weapon?
it is arm's reach.
Okay. Technically, when it goes to arm reach, I can react by stabbing it, but I didn't see that coming. I'm thinking just gonna try to stab it. It's a monster, I assume.
It is a monster. Oh, you stab him very good.
Got enough dice there, Yurick?
What?
There's so many dice.
Oh yeah, when I use my favorite weapon, it really hurt.
Unfortunately, it passes right through him with no effect.
Huh, that's a problem. I'm gonna use my move to just not be in arm's reach.
Okay. So I need a move roll. Okay, he does not get a free attack on you. So you just back up a little bit. Zoop. He goes there. That will take us to Coldy.
Galdi is going to light his lantern and try to bean Bogman 4 with his old throwing arm.
All right. Now throw the lantern at him.
I don't know how to do that. It's going to be a straight roll, I'm at.
It's a marksmanship roll. Plus 1 die for the gear. And you've got... and you should also have another D6 and a D8 from your throwing arm. Okay. But 1 success. So yeah, so you light your lantern, throw it across. It does seem to react to the fire, much more so than it did to the stone.
Okay.
Ooh, just Bogman. Bogman closing in on Okatai.
I know it doesn't do anything, but I'm still gonna react by trying to stab it.
Yeah. Try to stab it. Yeah, your spear seems to have no effect. Oh,
Yeah.
this one I'd like to go for Okatai, but there are people right near it. And it is actually smart enough to recognize that. So is it going for Ryzen, Desi, or Kuldi? It is going for Ryzen. Makes sense, he hit it with the magic hammer. Oof, Murderous Embrace. Reaches out with dripping
sounds
arms.
pleasant.
Wraps it around an adventure within near range. So this creature does kind of like wrap its arms around you. Tries to
Can
anyway.
I do my Halfling talent? Hard to catch.
You certainly can.
How many willpower do I need to spend?
I only got one success, so you just need to spend one.
Done.
Oh shit! Duck out of the way of that.
Oh shit, that's not a Desi hug. I don't know if this is better or worse, but I don't want to find out.
That will take us to Resin.
I will not embrace him. I will give him the cold, loving love tap of the hammer.
Just remember the hammer has like a 1 round cooldown.
Oh, so I can use it. I just wouldn't get the bonuses.
You can't use it. You have to basically wind up with it.
Oh, okay. Kind of like a Mjolnir thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that's a two-handed one or not. So, yeah, it is a two-handed. It's a heavy, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fall back this round if I can.
All right. I will need a move roll to make sure it doesn't get an attack on you. Okay, no problem. You kind of step back out of the way. Basically, just step back out of reach, I guess. You do still have another action if there's anything you'd like to do.
I don't really can't think of anything that I can do, so I think I'm done.
Okay. That'll take us to Desi.
Okay. I'm already in arm's reach of him,
Yep.
but I'm not in arm's reach of number 4.
Nope.
So I'm going to melee charge number 4.
Okay.
And take a swing with breath.
I'll just mark it there, Tony. I'll use the elevation thing to indicate how many zones away you are from the actual fight.
Okay.
And
In the thick of things now.
yeah, I've got something with a path of the blade. Yes. Path of the blade. When I hit with a close combat attack, I can increase the damage by spending willpower. That's 6. I'm gonna leave that at 6.
Okay.
But got something. Oh, I would like to use my sword fighter ability to slash 2 enemies with my sword with a single action.
Okay.
Can it just be a big enough swing that I hit 4 past Kuldi? Like pass over him and hit 2?
Yep. You do have to make a separate roll for him, but
Yes, but where I'm kind of between the two of them.
Yep.
So I don't get the melee charge bonuses, but I still get sword fighter. Oh, that was sad.
Okay. Gonna let it stand.
Yeah. It was just kind of a bonus because I was there.
That is enough to drop him.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
Number 4 though is still up.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah, the guy that got hit
Okay.
by the hammer and then lit on fire, and then he.
Oh yeah, he did take a lot.
So Burning Man is down?
Burning Man is down.
I'm going to spend a willpower to immediately attack again
Okay.
with my Path of the Blade.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit number 4 again.
What did poor number 4 ever do to you?
Well, he didn't insult me quite the way the other guy did. Actually, sorry. Let me double check the. So it says I can spend a willpower to immediately attack again in close combat. Would I be able to attack number 3?
No, he is out of your reach.
But I couldn't use melee charge to get there.
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, number 4. That was sad.
Still standing.
Okay, I'm done now.
All right. That'll take us to Trustius.
Burning Man is dead. Long live Burning Man. God damn it.
Oh no!
Stop trying to set things on fire.
Oh, they rolled power level 2. Like I was being really careful.
Being so careful, and yet.
Setting things on fire is never the careful route. Just, you know.
I mean, I could have used 9 willpower.
There's not careful and there's less not careful. We're not careful.
I'm careful. More careful.
You are overwhelmed by the power of your magic. People around you are mere ants compared to you. You suffer a point of damage to your empathy.
Are you down again?
Oh, whatever. Empathy. Yeah.
He's at like 1 empathy, isn't he, normally?
So empathy broken. There's no critical as a result of that, but it does mean that as long as you're broken, you can't make any die rolls.
Okay.
Screw you guys. I'm done.
It's like, man, you guys got this. Beware the power of my magic. Whoosh!
I'll eat them in 4 hours.
That will take us to Okatai. He's rapidly finding himself surrounded by bog people.
I think that guy still would have took his 2, right?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still
it's
not.
not really a
Wow.
problem since I cannot affect them.
I mean, they do appear to be undead. Not that the Game Master would encourage the use of magic.
Yeah. But I might still. Good point.
So there's 3 more as well, now that we've struck one down?
Yes. One of them is like on fire and thrashing about pretty badly.
I thought Desi took down the Burning Man. Oh, no, Trustius just set a new one on fire. I'm sorry, right?
Yep.
Yeah, The one that has gotten to close with me, I'm gonna try to purge undead on it.
All right. That's not magic. I'll show you magic.
Caldy, show him how it's done.
I have got no magic that will work on these things.
Sorcerer Supreme.
I was going to say, you call yourself the Sorcerer Supreme.
I never once said that. I just said I was a gifted student, and the student become the master. I am not on fire, nor broken.
So yes, so this this one that is on fire. This green energy that is usually healing, kind of like boils out of Okatai's hand, and this thing just kind of like disintegrates. But Bogman number 1 though is finally going to close with Okatai.
Please, I found something that works.
It's going to try to strangle you. You can roll to dodge if you like.
Yeah, I'd like to dodge.
His long, drippy arms branch out into black roots that slither like snakes around the neck of all adventurers within your range. Ooh. So that's within your range?
Everybody.
That's
But me.
everybody. So
Oh, yeah, me too.
no, you're not near range because you're a zone away.
Oh, I'd be close, yeah.
Okatai, Desi, Kaldi, and Ryzen, you guys can all dodge if you like as these like vines just whip out from this creature towards your necks.
Hell yeah.
Very much like to dodge.
I have to spend 2 willpower?
Or you can spend 2 willpower.
I'll spend 2 willpower.
Ryzen's like, nope, I'm not having any of this. Okatai though gets grappled. As does Kaldi.
I'm gonna be making a roll here. It says there's a modifier here on my dodge. This is dodge / attack.
Yeah, if it's a slash attack, you do cook that because there's...
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oof, it's going to grab Desi as well. So that is going to be 1 point of damage to Kaldi, 1 point of damage to Desi, 2 points of damage to Okatai. You can roll for your armor.
Sorry, how much damage?
1 to you, 1 to Desi, 2 to Okatai.
Ow.
You can roll for your armor if you like.
I think I will.
Is he breaking more armor?
No, actually, because she absorbed all the damage, so her armor doesn't break. It's only if damage gets through and you've rolled skulls.
I get you.
But Okatai, Desi, and Kaldi are all grappled. Which will take us to Kaldi. One sec here. Trying to find how exactly break free works. So breaking free is a slow action. And you need to make an opposed melee check against the opponent.
Oh, goody.
I mean, I could roll shit like that, so.
So I'm making a melee attack, huh?
You are. One success. You managed to break free.
Woohoo! Caldy's the new fighter too.
You got one success on 2 dice. I got 0 successes on 12 dice.
Oh boy, you are rolling bad.
It does take your slow action to break free, but you do still have your fast action.
A fast action. Can I pull my lamp oil out?
Yes, that would be your fast action, but you'll have it ready for next round.
Perfect.
That'll take us to this Bogman, who's still fixated on Okatai. And is going to try a murderous embrace. Ooh. So he reaches out and he kind of wraps his arms around Okatai. It's going to be 3 damage. You can roll your armor. Unfortunately, while you're grappled, you can't evade. And Okatai also becomes cold. So that's going to be 2 damage to Okatai, and you are cold. And that will take us to Ryzen, who's dodging like a champ.
All right, I'm going to charge in and go after the nearest Bogman.
They're both kind of equal distance, so you can go to whichever one you want.
I'll go to the one that has Okatai.
All right. The one that has everyone grappled is number 1. Ooh, wind up in a hit. 4 damage because of the Dragon Slayer. Yep, additional +1. Perfect. So yeah, you swing hard into it again. It doesn't have any real armor, but that hammer does help to overcome its insubstantialness. So that'll take us to Desi. Desi, you need to try to break free.
I do. Because I do not appreciate being held like this. I don't think anything I have helps with that.
Okay, so it is a straight up melee roll.
Yeah, for some reason, Break Free has a bunch of stuff on it. Sword Fighter, Melee Charge, Axe Fighter. It's like none of those apply.
No, it's because those are applied to your melee skill, so it's just doing a check.
Gotcha.
Oh, you struggle and struggle, but you are not able to break free.
I do not like that at all. I would like to push that.
Okay.
Because I need to be able to move my arms.
3 successes to my 3 successes, so you are still grappled.
She's cursing up a storm.
But you didn't hurt yourself in the process.
Nope, thankfully.
That will take us to Tresius.
He will laugh in glee as he watches the Burning Man burn. Tackle even.
That'll take us to Okatai, who, as the Queen song says, would like to be free.
I'd like to break free.
Keep it to less than 15 seconds.
Yeah.
What do I need to do to try to break free?
Melee roll. Contested melee roll. Apparently, I can only roll good against Desi.
That's okay. She apparently is fine with being in pain, so.
Oh,
I'm gonna try to push that
okay.
because
2 successes to my 1. You break free.
yes. Was it the whole of my action?
It's your slow action, so you still have your fast action.
Okay, I'm gonna try to move so I'm not into close combat anymore.
Okay. You successfully move out of the way. This one. This one got hit with a hammer. And these things are actually somewhat smart for undead. So it is going to focus on the person with the hammer. Ooh, it's going to go for the strangling attack on Ryzen. Only 1 success though.
I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Okay. Mark is not trusting in his dice luck with his evade, and just like, nope, I'm a halfling, damn it.
No, I walked in tonight with 10 willpower. I might as well use it.
May as well. I mean, it's safer than risking it on the dice roll. That will take us to Colby. You've got your lantern oil in your hand.
I will empty it on the guy right now.
Okay.
Then I will pour. I got 2 more fast actions.
Well, you've got basically it's your fast action to pour the oil, and then you've still got your fast action.
Okay, so I'm gonna light a torch.
Okay. Okay,
That guy is drenched in lantern oil right now.
Yeah. I will mark him. What will I mark him with? I'll mark him with that. Okay. Alright. He's going to move to Okata. Ooh, the Hateful Shriek. All adventures within near suffer a fear attack. So that is going to be 2 points of wits damage to everybody in the zone.
Ow. No way to avoid that one?
If you have the Fearless talent, you can make an insight roll.
Is that a fear attack?
It is a fear attack.
I do not have that. You said
Sorry,
Yeah,
you
wits?
said
immune
wits?
to fear. Completely
Uh,
immune to fear.
yeah. It's a fear attack, so it's 2 points of wits damage.
Ouch. Everybody took it?
Everybody did, unless you have the Fearless trait. Or unless you trust you. She's laughing like a madman over there by himself.
That's creepy.
And everybody who takes the damage also becomes cold.
Ugh.
It's a hard fight.
I have raised fearless enough that I will ignore this attack.
I apparently need to pick up Fearless.
All this time, and you're like, oh, there's something new we should pick up.
All this
We're going to
time,
fight
Desi's had her fear with her as a close companion. Doesn't make a difference.
Okay. That will take us to Ryzen. The hammer is on cooldown this round. You can use performance if you like to restore wits or empathy to people. If you don't want to use your minstrel abilities, or you can do those.
Let's see. The one I really would like to use, I can't because I don't have level 3. Let's see. Path of the Song. No, that's damagey. Doesn't work against monsters. Path of the Hymn. When I do Path of the Hymn 2, is it one attribute? Is it the same attribute to everybody, or can I pick it individually?
It's the same attribute to everybody.
It says you decide which attribute they all recover. Okay. All right. So what's the one that people are hurting most for now? Wits?
Everybody took some wits. Tresius, though, is broken from empathy, so he can't actually do anything in the fight.
Okay. I will give. Does anybody else need empathy?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, not empathy. It's my
no,
wits that's taken.
Yeah,
out.
you need wits. Okay. I'm going to give Trustius the one empathy.
All right, perfect. So Trustius, in your kind of reverie, watching this and going like, these fools are insignificant compared to my magical might, and then kind of like snaps to and like, oh shit, like Desi's wrapped up. There's like this screech. Price is like, get the fuck in the fight.
Wake up, Pyro Boy!
Oh, they need some help.
And that will take us to Desi, who is still restrained.
I would like to not be restrained, damn it. I am still cursing up a storm. Trying to writhe my way free.
So, make a melee roll. Nope.
Let me. Yeah, I'm gonna try re-rolling it because. Yeah, I'm pushing. I need to be out of this.
Oh,
Damn it!
sadly no.
Imagine him again! Fucker!
I will note that if your pride is applicable, you could call on your pride because you have failed.
My pride is that I don't take shit from assholes. But he doesn't have a personality. I don't know if that counts as him being an asshole. Other than the fact that he went right past me and attacked Okatai. Or I guess that was another guy even. It wasn't even this one. So, I don't know if that applies or not.
It's up to you. They do seem to have some sort of intelligence, and they are deliberately ignoring you to focus on Okatai.
Well then yeah, I'm getting kind of offended.
How there you go.
Show some leg
So
next time.
I think I've only ever used my pride once, maybe? How do I do that?
So on your bio tab, just click where it says pride.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
6 successes.
Ace the problem.
Apparently, I am very offended
I
that they are ignoring my obvious fighter capabilities and going after the Wolfkin.
all right. So you break yourself free of this grapple. You still have your fast action.
Then I would like to fast action would be to like attack, right?
Do you have something that lets you attack as a fast action?
Oh. Oddly enough, fast footwork does not. I don't think so.
No. But either after you use your fast action to move or something, or just like say I'm not using my fast action.
Melee charge. If I go from near to arm's length, yeah, I could use melee charge to go after number 1, since he is not near,
If you move
or
from,
since he is not
yeah,
arm's length.
charge is a slow action.
Oh,
Can always keep it to dodge or parry, right?
yeah, but I do both of those for free.
Or you could forego it and then use your path of the blade to spend a willpower to attack.
Trying to.
Because you don't get the path of the blade until you've used all of your actions for the turn.
Oh yeah. Okay, sure.
Okay.
Works for me. I'll gladly spend a willpower to try to slice this fucker.
Okay.
Might be a little offended. Yeah, I'm gonna try to literally disarm number 3.
Okay.
Because how fucking dare he lay a hand on me? God, breathe, really?
She's like, "Are you sure you're okay? Like, should we be doing this? Are you feel okay?"
What? What the fuck? Yeah, Desi's still, really busy cursing and offended.
Okay. That will take us to Trustius.
So Caldy covered one of these things in oil, right?
Yes, the one that Desi is fighting.
She's really mad at that one, so I should help her.
Caldy also has a lit torch.
But we don't do it when I'm within arm's reach. I don't want to. I mean, it might give me a warm hug to get rid of this cold, but don't cook me in my tin can.
I'll immolate the one next to Ryzen. Because Caldy's probably got the other one.
Okay.
No! Oh, sorry, I thought that was bad. I saw the 6s, I was like, oh no!
6s are fine. It's the skulls that are a problem. Alright, that one is on fire. Alright. Any movement or anything from Trustius?
Don't see any reason to.
Alright. That will take us to Okatai then.
Have they closed up again?
One of them has, yes.
I'm gonna try to purge him.
Okay. Feel my power.
You have earned your rest. Please, please get to it.
Alright. That will take us to Bernie Man. Who did not get hit with a hammer this turn, so he's going to focus on Okatai. He's going to try to... Oof, Ryzen, you do get a free swing at the bog guy as he moves towards Okatai. This will basically count as your use of the hammer for the round, but you might get a chance to clock him before he closes with Okatai. Ooh.
Nice.
So yeah, so he kind of like turns his attention away from you, starts lumbering towards Okatai, and you just like two-hand that hammer like down on his skull, crushing him. I do appreciate that I haven't had to track any burning damage on people because they keep dying before I have to.
Cool.
That'll take us to Caldy.
I see the one left is the one I had targeted.
Yes.
I'm going to move into another area.
Okay.
Do I have to make a move roll because it's slippery?
You do.
Fast work doesn't count because it's not a dodge.
Nope. All right, you are fine.
And I'm going to whip that torch at him.
All right.
I'm out of range because I am weak, and also my marksmanship is way better than my melee.
So for your marksmanship, you do have a D8 artifact die and an extra D6 from your strong arm.
Throwing arm. So artifact section, just type in D8 or just one.
D8.
Hallelujah.
Nice
I'm
shot.
glad I didn't hit anybody else.
Hey. Me too.
And because you took the time to coat him in oil first, we'll increase the damage by 1, and we'll say he is on fire.
Sweet.
That makes sense. But now it is his turn. And Okatai is right here. Ooh, a murderous embrace. Wraps around an adventure within near range, like Okatai.
And through all this, I suddenly have like room for 1.5 more weight.
You can dodge if you like Okatai.
Dodge that.
Okay. Ooh. 2 damage, but you can roll for your armor. So 1 damage. But no breaking of the armor, so that's good. That will take us to Ryzen. Your hammer's on cooldown because you swung at the guy as he moved.
I want to just. I'm going to just stay there and be ready to dodge or something if it chooses to attack me.
Okay. That will take us to Desi.
This fucker. Yeah, I'm gonna try to chop him. Well, slash at him with Breath.
Okay.
Cause I've had a fucking enough of bogmen, and I'm starting to get pissed.
There you go. So yeah, Desi's finally breathing heavily, going like, and you can like see your breath in the air. You and Okatai and Ryzen, like everybody who's cold, you can see your breath in the air. And you'd like swing mightily and finally drop the last of these bogmen.
She's just gonna straddle him and scream down at him. Just not any particular word, just shouting at him in frustration. Ah! Straighten up, kick it in the hip, walk away.
Okay. So yeah, some of you are like chilled to the bone.
Fuck, I need a fire.
And folks can also give me a lore roll.
I'm afraid to. I've only got 1 wit. There's no way I'm pushing it.
For those of you who are cold, just so you guys are aware, basically you cannot recover strength or wits except through magic until you have warmed up again.
Holy shit. That could have been really bad. If I had taken, any damage other than wits.
But Ryzen, like, now that you've had a chance to kind of think of these things and you're not fighting for your life, you recognize, so Bogmen. Bogmen are basically the tortured souls of sacrificial victims, basically throat slit tossed into the bog to appease the gods. They are usually thrown into the bog with trinkets and offerings to the gods, i.e. someplace in the bog there is probably treasure. But the other thing that you've heard, you don't know if it's true or not, but you've read in one of your alchemy books or heard in a tavern, is that because of the kind of fixation on wealth that the Bogmen have, that's why they targeted Okatai, is they can sense the wealth. You can actually use Bogmen remains to brew an elixir that gives you a tremendous perception.
If I have the proper equipment to, take some of those remains, I will. So Okatai, apparently if you take the remains of these things, you can brew an elixir that will greatly improve your already stellar perception. Oh, and it's possible these things have treasure, because these are sacrifice victims, and usually when they were thrown into the bog, they're usually thrown with treasure to, appease the gods and stuff. Although I have no idea if the treasure would be in the water, on the land somewhere, but there could be treasure.
I mean, that's for the elixir could be really useful. I'm gonna try to get the materials on it. If you want to check a bit around for the stuff,
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna try to harvest that.
All right. So yeah, it's basically, it's literally, Ryzen, you would know this as an alchemist. It's literally basically grabbing parts of the bodies and brewing it into a tea. But
Do we know how long it lasts?
once it's properly brewed and like put into a container, it'll last for years potentially. I mean, something can
Yeah,
only
I'm thinking like once you drink it, like how long do you have that exceptional perception for?
Probably for, I'll say a day. But if you drink the tea and manage to kind of choke it down, it does give you a D10 artifact die to scouting.
Yeah, that's not too shabby.
And there are enough parts to make 8 doses. It's just the fact that it's kind of like in season 2 of Critical Role when Caduceus would have like dead people tea. Only it's slightly more literal here.
Gross.
And so while Okatai is harvesting the dead bodies for parts to brew, who's taking a look around for potential treasure?
Oh, that's got to be Caldy.
For sure.
Well, right now I'm only at 2 dice, so
I mean, I can help.
5 if it involves insight.
No, it would be a scouting roll with a bonus die from Trustius for helping.
All right, someone else shoot.
I'll push. That didn't hurt. That hurt a lot. I'm down to 1 wits.
So yeah, you guys spend some time kind of looking around here, and due to the fact that it is summer, by the time you're done kind of harvesting the dead body and like looking around for treasure, the strength of the sun is enough to warm you guys up. It would be different if it was like, fall or winter or something, but in summertime, the cold will go away with time. Cully, you managed to find like a handful of silver. No great treasures or anything, but they could be freaking anywhere here in the swamp. But you do find like a small handful of silver coins. Whoever's tracking treasure, you get 8 silver coins.
I think that's usually over time.
I hope so, because I certainly haven't been tracking it.
But once you've got your bodies harvested and Cully comes up from fishing with like the small handful of coins, you guys do know that if you push it, you'll be able to get to the dwarves. It'll be late when you get there, but you can get there if you push it.
I think we should push it.
Yeah, we might as well, right?
You guys have been through this way before, so I don't need lead the way rolls. So everybody can give me an endurance roll. If you roll more than 1 success, you can cover for somebody who fails.
Sorry, say that again?
So I need endurance rolls.
Endurance. Okay.
And if you get more than 1 success, you can cover for somebody else who fails. So I think... Okay, Trustius got 2.
Horizon
So
failed.
Yeah.
Trustius got 2.
Trustius got 2, so Trustius can help push Ryzen along.
Yeah, he helped me in a fight. I'll help him on the march.
So yeah, it is. I mean, you push on through the afternoon and into the evening, but by the time night falls, you guys have arrived back at the dwarves, which is where we will pick things up next time.
Do we get a willpower for showing up?
Yes, I will count the dwarves as a stronghold. So everybody gets a willpower. The dwarves have made this place they've done an astounding amount of work in the week you've been gone. And as you're like shown into the halls and stuff, I mean, they're still in the process of cleaning up and clearing out rubble and all of that sort of stuff. But like the song of like the sound of dwarvish songs are like kind of echoing as you enter, and you can see that they're basically using this sort of dwarven magic, this song magic, to literally like move dirt and rubble out of the way and to like open up passageways and all of that. They're basically singing to the stone, and the stone is responding. But we will pick up at the Dwarven Stronghold next week.
With a rest?
Yeah,
XP.
you guys will be able to. You guys can definitely rest here, safe. You don't have to even worry about watches or anything. They will welcome you. They'll show you to like some guest quarters for the night since you arrive at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then they'll meet with you in the morning to discuss your plan.
Righty. Should grab our XP real quick.
Yep. Participate in the game session? Yes. Travel through at least one hex? Yes. New adventure site? No. Defeat one or more monsters? Yes. Find a treasure worth 1 gold or more? Not quite. Function? No. Pride? Yes, Desi did. Dark secret? No. Anybody risk their life for somebody else?
Not even a little.
Not even.
No more than usual. No.
Any extraordinary actions?
Hugging Desi and living to tell the tale.
Yeah, I thought both you and Trustius were going to lose some teeth in that scene.
6
Trustees
successes
is-
on a camp.
6 successes on a
On
camp.
a camp. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You don't do that every day.
Trustius cackling with laughter while he lights something on fire was a little disturbing.
That's not the first time Trustius has done that, though.
It might be the first time we've seen it, though.
No, not even.
He's not usually quite so joyous about lighting things on fire, because half the time what he's lighting on fire is himself.
That whole "you're insignificant ants," that's when the inside voice comes out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's bad. That's very
Right.
bad.
Normally he's better with that. He doesn't say it out loud.
So that's going to be 3 XP for everybody. 4 XP for Desi for using your pride. And sure, I'll give Okatai for setting up the awesome campsite with the hot tub and everything.
I'm just looking forward to not be cold because that rest only gave me 1 wits back. It didn't give me any wits back.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, you can take off your cold. The travel would have warmed you up if nothing else. So
Cool. In fact, I think they might. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
yep. All right, so we will see everybody next week.
Have a
All
good
right.
night, everybody.
Thanks, Chris, as
Cool.
always.
Take care, everybody.
Night,
Thank you
guys.
for the night, everyone.
Yep. Have a good night, folks. And happy St. Patty's Day for those of you that I won't see before next game.
Thanks.